Crypto will not make you rich. In fact, with 99% chance, you will probably lose all of your money. Welcome back, my name is Stan, I'm the CEO and co-founder of an international custom software development company. We build software for the city of New York, SAP and General Electric. I've done more than $15 million in custom software sales, and on this channel I'm sharing my journey on turning $500,000 in crypto into 10 million. In this video, we'll go through the thesis of why crypto will not make you rich, why you actually need to create a proper source of income, how to escape 9 to 5, my story on this, and how to actually play crypto in order to actually make money on it. So I've been running my own business for 5.5 years at this stage. It's a service business, it's a custom software development company, so you don't need any initial funds to basically start this business. All you need is a bunch of education and a bunch of skills in the first place. So I had to understand and learn the software development. I am an iOS engineer in the first place, and I also had to understand and learn sales and essentially lead generation and delivery of the product and project management and marketing, finances, and all of these things on top. But most of them, they came basically one by one. So in the first place, I figured out software development, then it was sales, then essentially software development plus delivery plus project management. And the more you grow, the more you actually have to develop as a person as well, add certain people into the company and make sure that everything works properly as well. There are some books that are stating that you basically need 7 sources of income to become a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire at this stage. I can't call myself rich, although I'm spending my third winter in Dubai and I'm continuing doing so. We have this main thesis, get rich in crypto or die trying, which is quite interesting by itself. A lot of people do plan to get rich in crypto with their investments. And a lot of these people, they have 9 to 5 existences and 9 to 5 jobs. And most of them, they might be paying less than 5k US a month. And it is a very interesting hope by itself with the income like that to think that you will be making this in crypto. Now, there is a chance to basically generate money and make money in crypto with this type of income. There are people who are becoming multimillionaires with small chunks of money, with basically the money that they invest in certain tokens like Shiba and things like that. We probably saw a wave of millionaires with BRC recently because mostly those were just school children who were minting projects and essentially minting for free the tokens, and now they can sell them for multiple tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars just because they were minting them back and in summer and spring. The question I have, what was it you? Did you mint these things or did you not? And myself and most of you, you'll probably respond, no, I did not to this question. And the main reason for that is because it's very low probability in terms of actually being able to catch in something like this early on. And it's not a lot of people who were able to leverage that, to make money on that, because the guys who minted that in the first place, a lot of them, they actually sold as well because they did not think it can pump and can go higher and things like that. So the thesis that I'm following with crypto, and the reason I have 200,000 in low caps, my largest cap except Luxa is 30 million market cap, and I have $200,000 in these type of tokens. And there is obviously a reason behind this, why I can put this type of money into this type of tokens. Partially it's connected with the risk management, but the main reason because it's connected with the cash flow that I'm acquiring on a monthly basis and separate chunks of money that I have that are resting in cash, waiting for that time for the investments in crypto and maybe other things as well. So my thesis with crypto is, if you have enough money, if you have enough funds that are coming in on a monthly basis, you can basically just buy top 50 tokens and you won't need to figure out something. You won't need to stay in the market on a daily basis. You won't need to be watching these videos. You won't need to check your portfolio all day, every day, updating your application on your iPhone, on your mobile device and things like that. If you have enough money coming in on a monthly basis, it's very straightforward. You can just put it into stable tokens. You will be able to make 3, 5, 10x, which is already crazy in comparison to the stock market. Obviously, you can lose all of them as well, but at the same time, as you're making enough money, you can take more riskier bets, which often have higher rewards with them as well. There are some books that are stating that if you want to be a millionaire, you need at least 7 sources of income. And in my eyes, from my point of view, being a millionaire is not making the amount of money that if you would multiply it by 12, you would have a million. In my eyes, making a million is not making 1 million in revenue a month, and in reality, just getting 10 to 15% profit out of it, running some e-commerce shop. In my eyes, being a millionaire is not having like houses and cars and stocks worth of a million, which are illiquid and you would never sell because you actually live in them and things like that. In my eyes, being a millionaire is actually having liquid $1 million in the bank. And it's also not the valuation of the company that you run. Like I'm making 10K, but the company is worth like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million at this stage. In my eyes, it's not a millionaire. You can call yourself a millionaire if you have 1 million liquid in cash, on top of all of your investments, on top of crypto and things like that. And some people might say, why someone would actually have 1 million liquid? It doesn't make sense. You need to have your money working for you and things like that. No, it's not a millionaire from my point of view. You are a millionaire if you can afford yourself to have 1 million liquid between different bank accounts or somewhere in crypto, but in stable coins. So that's basically the overview from my point of view. I don't think that you need 7 sources of income. I think that you need 1. I think life as crypto, as business, it's essentially a player versus player. And with the business, you have the same thing. Imagine you spreading thin to 7 different opportunities. You're trying to run this e-commerce shop. So you're doing something local. You're doing some gigs on the side. You're organizing some parties at the club. You're doing some things, and you're spreading attention here. And imagine if you're just a guy who's just running one thing and you're only focusing on one thing and you're only doing one thing. That crystallizes your focus and provides way higher output. And any of these 7 opportunities can work, and any of them, they will work if you put enough focus on one thing. Obviously, if the vehicle is right, if it's scalable, if you can have recurring revenue from the clients as well, and you can scale it ideally without adding new team members into the company. So examples like e-commerce shop, like YouTube channel, SaaS business, and things like that. The best type of scenario in these cases is the business that you can start with 0 investment. So just with your time and your expertise, education ideally, because if you're kicking off something that does not require any expertise or education, that would mean that the threshold to enter the same type of business is very low. Therefore, you would have a bunch of competition in place and you can outperform them, because my business is very competitive. There are a bunch of people in the market doing software development for people as a service. It's highly competitive niche. The way I was able to make it work is by focusing on one thing and making sure that I am delivering value in each communication with the client, in each small thing, in every upload of the new version of the solution that we're basically performing and doing from our end. So the thesis that I have is to, first of all, figure out what is with your income. Are you satisfied with the income that you are getting? Does your job or business provide you with an option to be location free, to be overall free? Is it scalable? Can you only scale it if you would be adding more people, which is not that scalable by itself? And can you put your clients on the recurring revenue as well, without a lot of hustle in the process to basically manage everything and things like that? Ideally, the ideal scenario is a service business that you're starting with 0 funds from your end. Ideally, it's something like copywriting or software development or ads setup for someone, like Facebook ads and things like that. So you're doing that without any investments of money from your end. It basically just takes your time. Ideally, you would want to learn and already have knowledge in the niche that you're working in. So in my case, for example, I was doing software development and I am a software engineer in the first place. You would probably have to learn some skills in the way as well. And it's kind of interesting thing that one of the most important skills there would be sales. And at the same time, it's quite interesting from this point of view, just because of the fact that one skill can provide you with certain level of income. Combination of one skill plus another skill can 5x and 10x your income as well. It's kind of the same thing with crypto. So for example, if you get to know about certain token like low cap, gem, right? And you don't have enough information, you don't have enough conviction to be able to put money into this gem. So maybe you lack experience, maybe you lack funds, because you don't have like a stable source of income or stable coins currently to input into the token. maybe this is something from the last cycle. And for example, if you got to know in the last cycle, you would have more information in order to make a decision and act on this investment. And in some cases, this lack of skills, it will lead you into the situation where you won't be acting on the investments. Therefore, you would be lacking 5x, 10x and outcomes like this. So it's the amount of information that you're actually capable of acquiring and getting, and then using this information in order to act, because information without the act, without you actually doing something, does not mean anything. So the thesis that I have is to make money outside of crypto, and with a portion of this money be able to invest. Therefore, you would be able to risk more. Therefore, you would be able to hold more. On the other side of the whole thing, if you don't want to be in the market like 100%, 24/7, check out different influencers, YouTubers, what's happening on different chains and different products, different tokens and things like that, you can just safely DCA in on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis with the amount of money that you are making, and essentially a safest bet in terms of the investments into this whole thing, into this whole market. And imagine that someone has 100k in a low cap, and his 100k, it goes down to 50k, and this is all the money that the guy has. So he's sitting there with half of his money just evaporated, and he's very stressed. He does not understand like what's happening, and probably he would eventually sell. In comparison with the other guy that has like 300k in different investments in cash besides that, and his 100k in crypto just turned into 50. Yeah, he doesn't feel right about it, but at the same time he does not feel the same urge to sell. His life does not depend on him essentially losing his 50k. Therefore, he can hold more. Therefore, he would be rewarded more once we would essentially see the bull market, and once things change, and once the whole thing will pump as well. So from my point of view, it's just the best thing to increase the amount of money that you are making currently and be able to put this amount of funds into crypto and just buy stable projects. If you find crypto interesting for yourself, if you find it's exciting for yourself to spend a lot of time on a daily basis to check out different projects and things that are happening, it might be wise and interesting to increase the risk level that you have and start putting money into some more riskier things that you understand might play out as well. But the best strategy that you can have is high uncertainty and low risk. And the way you achieve this high uncertainty and low risk is that you carefully assess the opportunity and you understand that it's not a high risk opportunity, because we do not want to invest in high risk opportunity. We do want to invest in high uncertainty and low risk opportunity. I can provide you a case with the VPP investment that I have. It's a low cap. It's 5 million token. The team was not very active in the bear market. They almost left the project in the bear market. It's gaming and Gamblify. It's poker, but it's quite old by itself and things like that. So it may have a lot of different things in the process there in terms of this token going to zero, just because of the fact it has all these variables. And then from my end, I'm basically doing the analysis and trying to figure out, is this a good investment? What type of the downside I have here? What type of upside I might have here? And what are my bets? So in crypto, it's pretty much the same as business, because at a certain level of business, you would be doing some investments based on the risk reward ratio, and many things they might not work. So you might be just losing money, but 1 out of 10 would be able to bring you these new clients, figure out this new lead generation funnel, and essentially make up for all of your investments that you've lost so far. So with VPP, we have Alex Becker, we have working product, we have increasing amount of users, we have other influencers like Hustle in the game, shilling the project as well. So following this analysis and following the information that I have from the previous cycle as well, because I know that people were pumping this token and Alex Becker was pumping this token. On top of that, in terms of the funds being invested in this thing and having millions of dollars in VPP currently, shows me that there is a high chance that they would need to pump token higher in order to take the profits. And these investors and these influencers, they would essentially continue talking about this token as well, to pump it, to take profits once we see a wave of retail coming in as well. Can it go to zero? Yes, of course. We can wake up tomorrow and all crypto just went to zero because of something terrible happening in the world. That's always a possibility. I'm just playing my risks from my end and trying to explain the strategy that I'm using based on this VPP me example. From my point of view, it's high uncertainty, low risk play. And these type of plays in life, they're usually providing us with the best outcomes, best results. Starting the business in my case, it was risky, it was stressful. I'm under the bunch of stress currently. Like this period, these days of my life, they are very, very stressful. Do you see this stress? I doubt that you see the stress that I'm showing, that I'm behaving somehow in a different way and things like that. There is a saying as well that the more stress you can handle, the more money you will be making. And this is kind of the thing that I'm following here as well. So high uncertainty and low risk stuff is what is providing you with the highest output in terms of the results and things like that. And crypto market is very hard by itself, because to see it through multiple dumps and multiple tokens and portfolios going down through the narratives when everyone is telling that it's going to zero, it's crazy, we are going down, and actually see your money decrease, your own money, like not like the profits that you've made, but the own money that you've invested into the market. That's very, very hard. And that's why at the same time, it provides us with this type of outcomes, this type of the results, because returns, they are enormous. They could be enormous in the comparison to other ways that you actually would be able to invest in. And best investment is obviously yourself, the business, creating your own stable, proper source of income, actually providing value into the world, because kind of when we are trading crypto, we don't create nothing. So we like the best thing that we can do is to provide good creators, good developers, nice engineering teams with proper vision. We can provide them with funds. So this is something that we can do, that we are doing when we are investing in a certain project. In terms of the other things, it's not that useful for the world in terms of actually creating value and providing certain output for people as well. Because if you make money, you take it from someone else, and maybe this person actually needed your money most. But if you took money from someone in the markets, then probably you have either more experience, either more capital, you can take more risks, and you essentially have more knowledge and expertise and better quality of information in terms of the action that you've taken thus far. So kind of all around video about this topic. I thought that it's quite interesting to share my thoughts on this thing as well. I think that probability is actually being rich with crypto is quite low. I think you should definitely have a thing that you're pursuing, that you're working on yourself, where you're creating value in the real world for people, and then essentially with the part of your money be investing into this market, and understand that it's a high risk market. There is a chance that you would lose your money. There is a low chance to actually be rich from here, but that's what everyone is doing here. Everyone is trying to do that, and we're still early in the market. I think if you would stay focused in upcoming 2 years, just on a daily basis, I think there is a very, very high chance that you would make a nice chunk of money based on the funds that you invest into the market currently. This is it about this video. Thank you for watching it. Like and subscribe if you like the content, and see you in the next one.